What is going on, guys? Welcome in to the Window Sports Betting Podcast, where we are the realest. We show tickets. We don't just say that we bet the shit, we show the tickets that we bet. And yesterday was fucking awesome. And when I say awesome, I'm saying we went 11-1, gained about 7 units. The only thing we missed on was the under in the Connecticut game. And I'm not here to just celebrate the wins. I want to talk about why the card worked and what it teaches us and how we move forward with that to ideally keep this thing going. And that is the whole point of this thing, is to make money. You can be as sharp as you want, be as right as you want, but if it ain't making you money, it doesn't make any fucking sense, you know? And we're just here trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Do me a favor, take a second, like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. That'd be dope. And I really appreciate it. I'm just throwing winners at you. Been doing it for several months now, and this is probably the best day I've had in the WNBA in a while. This is why I'm a volume better, because of days like this. And with money management, even if it would have been a bad day, it wouldn't have hurt because you can make up for it. So yesterday was tremendous. Doesn't mean today will be. That means variance is right around the corner. And I don't want to get greedy. I will never get greedy. Excuse me while I move this microphone, but I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Don't increase your bet size just because one card went great. Keep it consistent, keep it steady. That is the move. Slow and steady wins the race. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. Don't be a hog. It's good to be a pig, though. Let's go back over this 11-1. The only loss again was Indiana and Phoenix under. Indiana won 92-89, hitting at 181. We missed by 10 points. My totals in my spreadsheet are just shit. They really, really are. For the most part, it just depends on the spot. I just have to pick and choose. But anyway, the rest of it, the player usage portion of that same game was perfect. I had Phoenix in the first half. And like I said in the video before, Fever coming off back-to-back, they're going to come out sluggish, but they're more talented than the Mercury. I figured the Mercury would get it done in the first half. They did. They were up 43-47 at halftime. Indiana came back and won the full game. So we were on the right side in the first half. Didn't touch a second. Alyssa Thomas, over 30.5 PRA cash. She finished with 22 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 35, even though Phoenix lost. Kelsey Mitchell had her over 23.5 points. She had 29, including the game-winning layup. Kalia Copper over 20.5. She finished with 22. And those three right there in a game like this are a great example of why a player prop can survive a team losing. Thomas and Copper's role, they didn't disappear because Phoenix lost the game. Their role increased because the game was close. And if the game is going to be close, vital players are going to play vital minutes and have to contribute vitally. Then we went to Vegas and Portland. Got lucky. Got burned on the tempo by the hook 2 nights ago. Got blessed by the hook on this one. We had Portland plus 8.5. Vegas won 88-80. So we won by the hook. Asia Wilson over 23.5. Asia being Asia, she put up 32 points. That's just what she does, man. Sarah Ashley Barker, the lady I told you probably had trouble finding, maybe you didn't, over 4.5 rebounds at plus money. She cashed with 6 rebounds. And then we finished in the A, and like I put in the title yesterday, Atlanta stand on business. And they did. Angel Reese over 14.5 points. She had 18 points, 11 boards. Ryan Howard over 3.5 made threes. She made 4. Jordan Canada over 6.5 assists at plus money. She had 8. Atlanta by 9.5. They won by 11. Killed the 5-game losing streak. Hopefully the Dreamer back on track. And the lesson to be learned is this: every successful player prop was attached to a role that stayed stable regardless of the scoreboard. Thomas and Copper hit it in a loss. Reese Howard and Canada hit in a comfortable win because it was a spot where Atlanta needed their starters to get right. Bench minutes be damned. They were on a 5-game losing streak. They got to get their starters in order, and Coach Smesko did that. The common thread through yesterday's card wasn't bet the favorite. It was bet the opportunity for players. And that's what we're going to do today. And it's a repeatable lesson. So let's get into tonight's slate. Golden State at Connecticut. Dallas is playing Toronto, but it's not a home game for Toronto. They're playing in Montreal, which is weird. I don't understand. And then Chicago's playing Los Angeles. So let's get into this thing. Golden State at Connecticut. I'm taking Golden State minus a 6.5. I've got Golden State in my spreadsheet as like a double-digit favorite. They are on a very long road trip, but the problem is Connecticut has a litany of injuries that I don't think they're going to be able to overcome against this Golden State team. Connecticut is going to be missing Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Edwards, Anissa Morrow, Sonia Rivers, and Haley Van Lith, with which I don't even know why Haley Van Lith is still on the team. They waived her about a month ago, or they said they were going to waive her. They had her on the injury report, so I don't even know why she's still there. That's another rotation that they're missing. They've been covering spreads. They have. I got to give them credit for doing that, but those are moral victories. They hadn't been winning. They've won a couple games, but they've covered several spreads in a row. The travel spot is dangerous for Golden State, but I really don't care. They're just the better team, the more well-coached team, the better defense. -6.5 is a gift, in my opinion. So we're taking Golden State -6.5 in the Connecticut Sun Golden State Valkyrie matchup. Same game. We're gonna back to the well with Leela Lacan, guard for the Connecticut Sun. They've got a point total set at 12.5 again. With all these injuries, the production's got to come from somewhere. She's a starter. She's a starting point guard. She's making everything go. Role is bigger. Minutes are stable. The team needs her regardless of the score. Even if this is a blowout, she's still going to play because they've got 5 other players injured. So they might be running with 7, maybe even 6. Golden State can defend very well, but she's going to have to create. She's going to have to get forceful, and she's going to have to force the issue. So we're taking Leela Lacan of the Connecticut Sun over 12.5 points. Next up, game number 2. Dallas and Toronto in Montreal, not at Toronto's home stadium, so it's not even a home game for Toronto, which is really weird. But Toronto comes in. Olivia Bankole is out. Timmy Fagbeni is out. Kiki Rice is out. Niara Sabali is out, and Brittany Sykes is out. Dallas has a healthier roster, and my spreadsheet has the Wings as about a 5-point favorite. But I'm not touching the side here. Dallas is young, and they're on a long road trip. Toronto is full of vets, and that's when things kind of get dangerous, as you saw 2 nights ago with the Fever and the Sparks. The Sparks just whoop the Fever's ass, and that's because it's a travel spot, and you got veterans on your team. They know how to handle things like that. So guess who we're betting on when Dallas is playing? Jessica Shepard over 14.5 points. It's 2-unit bet. Toronto's interior defense is gutted without Sabali, without Fagbeni. Their front court leaves a lot to be desired. And I think Jessica Shepard should feast in this role. I think she's good for 20 points. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Dallas is going to have to play. So I think the last time they met, she had 14 points and 15 rebounds. I don't think she's going to have to rebound that much. She's going to get double-digit rebounds. I don't want to mess with the PRA. Just give me the points. Jessica Shepard over 14.5 points. One of the bigger bets on the card. This is throwing a little dart here. It's AZ Fudd over 2.5 assists at plus money. She's gone over this in a couple of times, but she's a 3-point shooter, and for Toronto to be competitive in this game, they're going to have to run her off the 3-point line because she's going to fire up some jumpers. And in doing that, and then coming at her off the running at her off the 3-point line, that's when she can create. And I think she can create for Paige. She can create for Jessica Shepard. She can create for Maggie Sechrist. I think it's a good opportunity. All we're asking for is 3 assists. AZ Fudd, I think she can get there. And it's at plus money. So why not? Give it a shot. And she's a great player. She's a great contributor outside of just shooting threes. Not going to be Rookie of the Year. Olivia Miles has got that. But long term, she's going to be a good player. We're going back to the well. Next up with Toronto Tempo, we're going back to the well with Marina Mabry. She let us down a couple nights ago, and that's fine because she's going against Golden State, and that guard defense of Golden State is to be respected. She only went for, I think, 11 points in the game. They got her total here set at 21.5. So they set it up a little bit higher. In the card, I accidentally bet it twice. It was a half unit on both, so now it's a full unit play. My mistake, I was stoned, and that's what happens. But she was 7 for 18 shooting. I don't think she got to the line in the last game. But the last time they played, Dallas built their entire defensive game plan around limiting her. I don't think they have to do that this time. But with Toronto missing Brittany Sykes, she's their number one option. After a bad game, I think she bounces back. She's gonna put up shots, and she just put up 53 a couple weeks ago. best in league history behind Liz Cambage and I think Asia Wilson. The usage is there. It's a little bit of a scary bet because she is their one offensive option. Not their only offensive option, but their best offensive option. But I think she can get there and she can get to 22 points on this game. I do think so. And this is a showcase game. They're playing in Montreal. So spreading the WNBA wealth to other provinces in Canada. Let's see how it goes. Marina Mabry, we need you, baby. Over 21.5 points. Next up, game 3, Chicago at Los Angeles. Listen, I've got Chicago favored by 2, and they're giving me a 1.5. I'm going to take it. They're going to 3.5 points of value. I think Chicago wins this game going away. I think they win it outright. Camila Cardoso will neutralize Nneka Ogwumike as much as Nneka can be uh, neutralized. Azare Stevens neutralizes Dearica Hamby, who is inconsistent. And as soon as, of course, I said that the other day, and then she goes off. But that's how it goes. They're coming off a 106-92 win over the Fever. This is a classic fat and sassy spot in that they're feeling good about themselves after beating the Fever with Caitlin Clark, and not just beating them, but they dominated them. That offensive structure is not sustainable for them against a team like Chicago, who's dealing with some internal issues. They benched Skylar Diggins for Courtney Vandersloot, whose minutes are still limited. I think they're going to work this thing out. And Sydney Taylor's been playing great for Chicago. So they have the weapons to make this game interesting. And I think that they are going to win this game very easily, in my opinion. But without, Kelsey Plum's out, Cam Brink's still out. Give me Chicago plus 1.5. Sprinkle that money line. I think this is a smash spot. I might add another unit to this Chicago bet if the line hasn't moved too much. I think you should do the same. I also think you should take a second to like and subscribe to the video. Just takes 1 second to click it for me, man. I'm not asking for much. Just giving you some WNBA plays that are winning. We were 11-1 yesterday. Hopefully we do just as well today. Not 11-1. That's not out of the realm of possibilities. I would be shocked. But that being said, the good days are coming. I told you guys a couple weeks ago that the good days in the WNBA were coming. Got my shit together. Shit is together. And I think this is the last bet on the card is Ray Burrell of the Los Angeles Sparks. She hasn't been healthy for like 2 years. She's finally healthy. She is an absolute baller. Ray Burrell can hoop, and she's playing around 30 minutes a game. They got a point total set at 14.5. She scored 22 against Indiana, which is not saying much because Indiana's defense leaves a lot to be desired, but Chicago's defense ain't that much better. They give up a ton of points, and I think Ray Burrell should have a great game, especially if Courtney Vandersloot's Gardner with her minutes limited coming off the knee injury. I'm not really sure who's going to guard her. If it's Sydney Taylor, she's a rook, and Ray Burrell has experience. So Ray Burrell, I think she can go for 20 again. And 14.5 is a gift, in my opinion. So we're taking Ray Burrell over 14.5 points. And I'm going to recap the card and get out of here. So the card is Golden State Valkyrie minus 6.5. Leela Lacan of the Connecticut Sun over 12.5 points. Jessica Shepard of the Dallas Wings over 14.5 points. AZ Fudd of the Dallas Wings over 2.5 assists. Marina Mabry over 21.5 points. A double dipped. So that's a 2-unit play almost. Chicago plus 1.5 against the Los Angeles Sparks. I'm probably going to make that a 2, maybe 3-unit play. One of my bigger bets of the season. And Ray Burrell over 14.5 points. Listen, yesterday's card was 11-1. That was outstanding. One great day does not change your process. Don't increase your unit size. Be disciplined. Leave it the same. Find stable roles. Respect the matchup. Track every unit. Show every result. And after a great day like that, do you want to bet more money? Sure you do. Should you? No, you don't. You keep your sizing the same. It's a long season. This thing goes until September. Keep it the same, man. Thanks for tuning in, guys, to the Windows Sports Betting Podcast, Degenerates Daily Digest. My favorite sport, the WNBA. 11-1 yesterday. Let's see if we can do just as well today on a Friday night. Let's get paid twice on payday. Don't bet what you can't afford to lose. And if a bet makes you sweat, you are not doing it right. This is Jemiah from To The Window. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love.